I suppose it would be harder to think of a more powerful speech that we could hear on that whole subject of environmental justice. I'd now like to introduce you to another special guest. This is Professor Ko Keng Liang. And Professor Ko has come to us from Singapore, where she is an emeritus professor at the National University. She was a member of the faculty there since 1963. She was professorial fellow for 16 years, the first female faculty member to be conferred with an emeritus professorship. She is the director of the Asia Pacific Center for Environmental Law, which she founded, and she really did introduce environmental law to the Faculty of Law there in Singapore all those many years ago when she became a member of that faculty. She is a member of many of the world's environmental bodies because of her distinguished academic career. She's had many tributes and accolades, and I ask you to welcome Professor Ko.
Press the green button.
Thank you very much, Baroness, and good morning, everyone. The topic of my talk today is climate justice, human rights, and human security, the ASEAN context. Although the theme of this showcase is on human rights, I've added a new element, a new emerging element of human security. Before I do so, I'd like to show you some pictures in my part of the world, in ASEAN, where there have been floods, and also droughts. Right, my first picture is Singapore, for where I come from. And we have had, in our region too, frequency and intensity of climate change. Here in 211 in Singapore, never before in Orchard Road, which is the Champs-Élysées of Singapore, did we have floods, but we did. And in fact, there was recurrence. Then the next one is in Jakarta, next in Malaysia, next in Bangkok. I think all of you know about that. Next, Philippines. We had typhoon also quite recently. Then we have in Hanoi. So these are all members of ASEAN. Then not only that, we also have droughts in Hanoi, droughts in the Mekong River Basin. Right. So far as ASEAN is concerned, ASEAN, by the way, is the Association of Southeast Asian nations, comprising 10 countries. I shall tell you just a moment. We have in ASEAN Charter a provision on alleviation of poverty. So this is taken cognizance of by the ASEAN Charter. So far as the members are concerned, I have divided into two categories. First, the more developed countries, 5 of which under the first category you see on the board are founder members, and they are Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Brunei joined later. Then we have what we call the CLMV countries. These are members in transition, and they are Cambodia, Laos. I want you to pay particular attention to Laos because